Beginning. The prison colony on Ganymede was not built for comfort. Steel walls, reinforced ceilings, and electrified fences stretched for miles, keeping both inmates and guards in constant tension. Most of the inmates were smugglers, raiders, and off-world pirates caught between Saturn's moons. But Block 9, the deepest, most heavily fortified chamber, held something different. Something no one dared talk about. They called her subject Kira 7, though most guards whispered the Giantess. The stories about her spread like wildfire. She was 20 feet tall, humanoid in form but with silver skin that shimmered like liquid mercury. Her hair glowed faintly blue in the dark, and her golden eyes burned like miniature suns. The inmates swore she had killed entire platoons before they managed to capture her, and the guards repeated the warnings endlessly. Don't speak to her. Don't feed her. Don't even look her in the eye. She's too dangerous. She'll kill anyone who comes close. For most guards, that was enough. They patrolled the outer walls of Block 9 but never dared enter. Food was delivered through mechanical drops, tasteless protein slurry shoved into a chute. No one lingered near her cell. No one wanted to be the first corpse if she ever broke free. No one, except Jace Marlowe. Jace wasn't like the others. He was young, just 23, serving as a correctional technician to pay off his family's debts. His mother needed medicine Earth couldn't spare, and the only way to afford it was by signing the guards' contracts. Most of his fellow workers had grown bitter, hardened by years of fear and routine. Jace, however, still carried a flicker of stubborn compassion. One night, while doing maintenance near Block 9, Jace heard it. Not a growl, not a roar, but a sound that froze him in place.
A sob.
It echoed faintly through the walls. Deep, mournful, almost human. Jace lingered longer than he should have, listening. Against all orders, he peered into the narrow observation slit of her cell. There she was, kneeling in the shadows, chains clamped to her wrists and ankles had bowed. She wasn't thrashing or raging. She was weeping, quietly, like a lost child. For reasons he couldn't explain, Jace felt a pang of pity. This wasn't a monster. This was someone suffering. That night, he smuggled a real meal from the commissary, bread, fruit, and a small piece of roasted meat. He carried it trembling in his hands, heart pounding with fear. When he slid it through the chute, the sobbing stopped. A long silence followed. Then a massive silver hand reached out, delicate despite its size, and took the plate. Her golden eyes lifted to meet his through the slit. Not with rage, not with bloodlust, but with something startlingly soft. Gratitude. Middle. Feeding her became a secret ritual. Every night, Jace found ways to bring small meals, apples, biscuits, vegetables, whatever he could hide. At first, she said nothing, but after a week, she spoke. Her voice rumbled low, like distant thunder, but it carried a strange music to it. Why do you feed me? Jace froze. He hadn't expected her to speak. Because he swallowed. Because no one else will. She studied him for a long time, then nodded once. Jace, she said, tasting his name like it was sacred. I am Kira. From then on, their secret bond deepened. She told him fragments of her story. She was not a mindless killer, but a soldier. Her people had been at war with human colonists near Titan. She had been captured, not because she was monstrous, but because she surrendered to protect her kin. They say I killed thousands, she whispered one night. It is true. I was a weapon, but I did not choose this war. They fear me because I survived it. Jace listened, torn between fear and fascination. He began to realize how much propaganda clouded the truth. The Giantess wasn't some beast. She was intelligent, articulate, and terribly alone. and she trusted only him. But secrets never last forever. One evening, Sergeant Keller caught Jace leaving Block 9. A cruel man with a taste for intimidation, Keller sneered. Been getting cozy with a monster, kid? You'll get yourself killed. Or worse, we'll have to put you down before she does. Jace tried to deny it, but Keller already suspected. From then on, the sergeant kept a sharp eye on him. Jace became more cautious, sneaking food only when he was sure no one watched. Then came the riot. Inmates in Block 4 staged an uprising, overwhelming guards and setting fires. Alarms blared across the colony. Jace rushed to his post but found himself trapped near Block 9 as chaos spread. Gunfire echoed. Explosions shook the halls. And in the midst of it, Keller appeared with a squad of guards. But instead of reinforcing defenses, they had another plan. Use the riot as cover to dispose of Kira once and for all. She's a liability, Keller barked. If these lunatics free her, we're all dead. Blow the chamber. They rigged charges on her cell door. Jace's stomach dropped. He couldn't let it happen. Before he could stop himself, he shouted, "Wait. She's not what you think." Keller turned on him, snarling. "Shut your mouth, kid." He shoved Jace aside and hit the detonator. The cell door exploded inward, chains snapping loose. Smoke and dust filled the chamber. And from within it, Kira emerged, towering, radiant, furious. The guards opened fire. Bullets sparked harmlessly against her shimmering skin. With a roar that shook the walls, Kira swept her arm, knocking men aside like rag dolls. Keller screamed as he was hurled into the far wall, bones snapping. Jace should have run. Instead, he stepped forward. "Kira," he shouted. "Stop. It's me, Jace." Her blazing eyes turned toward him. For a heartbeat, the whole prison froze. Then she crouched down, massive hand lowering to shield him. "My protector," she whispered. "I will not let them harm you." Ending. From that moment, Jace's life was no longer his own. Kira tore through the prison riot like a storm. She didn't slaughter without reason. Only those who threatened her or Jace. With her strength, the uprising collapsed. Inmates dropped their weapons, terrified. Guards fled. The prison colony lay in ruins, its chain of command shattered. When the dust settled, Jace stood at her side. "You saved me," he said, voice trembling. She shook her head. "No. You saved me first. You gave me food. You gave me kindness. Now I cannot leave you." They fled Ganymede together, stealing a transport ship. Jace had no plan, no destination. He only knew he couldn't abandon her, not after all he'd seen. As the stars stretched before them, Kira spoke softly. "My people will not accept you," she said, "and yours will hunt you. But I will protect you until my last breath." Jace stared at her enormous form, at the strange mix of danger and gentleness in her eyes. He should have been terrified. Instead, he felt something else. A strange, unshakable bond. Weeks turned into months. They traveled from moon to moon, hiding from patrols, scavenging for supplies. Kira proved true to her word. No matter the danger, she shielded him, towering over him like a guardian spirit. And in return, Jace gave her the one thing she had never known in captivity: trust.